There's something dangerous about promises in wrestling. Because in wrestling, we remember. We remember what you said. We remember what you showed us. And most importantly, we remember what never happened. Every few years, we're told the same thing: a new era, a bold prediction, a revolution. The language changes, the graphics get sharper, the lightning gets brighter, but the message, it stays the same. Back in 2011, Universe Mode wasn't just another feature on the back of the box. It was the future. It was supposed to be alive, dynamic rivalries, organic storytelling, unexpected betrayals, power shifts, moments that felt like they happened because of you, not in spite of you. You weren't just playing matches, you were shaping a world. At least that was the vision. And for a while, we believed it. We believed that every year the universe would get deeper, smarter, more connected. Instead, it got comfortable. Menus stayed the same, rivalries became predictable, stories repeated themselves, and the living world started to feel more like a simulation stuck on autopilot. And now, 15 years later, we're still standing in that same ring, still being told about a new era, still being promised immersion, still hearing that this is the year it finally evolves. So the real question isn't what 2K is promising in 2K26. The real question is this: how many new eras does it take before a universe actually feels alive? So let's rewind. Not to patch notes, not to updates, not to sliders, to where this actually started in 2011, WWE 12. The first real vision of Universe Mode. And back then, it didn't feel like a side feature. It felt like the future of the franchise. The pitch was simple. The game would breathe. Rivalries would form without you scripting every second. Championships would rise organically. Momentum would build naturally. The calendar would move whether you touched it or not. It wasn't about micromanaging every promo. It wasn't about selecting from a checklist. It was about unpredictability. For the first time, it felt like the game had a pulse. And no, it wasn't perfect, but it was ambitious. It felt like the beginning of something that would get deeper every year. That was the expectation. Not more modes, not more isolated experiences, deeper systems. Every year was supposed to expand the simulation, add layers, add politics, add consequences. A living wrestling ecosystem. That was the promise. Not cinematic shortcuts, not branching story templates. A dynamic world. But then something changed. Ownership changed. Directions shifted. Priorities evolved. And slowly, the foundation stopped growing. If universe mode was meant to be the foundation, when did it stop being treated like one? Something changed. Not overnight, not dramatically, but gradually. The focus moved. Universe mode stopped being the foundation and started becoming a feature. Instead of expanding the simulation, we started getting additions around it, such as my career, then MyRise, then cinematic story modes with fully scripted arcs, then The Island, then separate experiences that reset the moment you exit them. And here's the part that really matters: the ambition didn't disappear, it just moved. Brand invasions, faction wars, corporate power struggles, betrayals, and political tension. All of that energy existed. It just didn't exist inside universe mode. Instead of building one deep ecosystem, we got multiple isolated ones. And every year, the cycle repeated. A new mode, a new experiment, a new contained experiment. But the original promise, the living universe, it stayed mostly the same. Menus, templates, triggered rivalries, controlled outcomes. It didn't evolve in proportion to everything around it. And when the ownership changed to 2K, the vision subtly changed with it. The focus shifted towards spectacle. Presentation improved, cinematics improved, storytelling became more controlled. But control is the opposite of what universe mode was supposed to represent. Universe mode wasn't supposed to be directed, it was supposed to be dynamic. And somewhere along the way, the franchise stopped building downward into its foundation and started building outward instead. And that's when fragmentation begins. So here we are, 15 years later. New engines, new lighting, new commentary teams, new presentation packages. The game looks better than ever. The entrances feel bigger, the arenas feel alive. But Universe Mode, it still feels like it's waiting to become what it was promised to be. We have rivalry actions, we have cutscene triggers, we have sliders, we have toggles, but we don't have true unpredictability. We don't have evolving power structures. We don't have factions that rise and fall dynamically. We don't have long-term political consequences. We don't have a world that reacts without us forcing it to. Instead, we manage it. We guide it. We select outcomes. We manufacture momentum. And that's not a living universe. That's a curated one. Every year we're told it's deeper, it's smarter, it's more immersive. But immersion doesn't come from more menus. It comes from consequence. If a faction takes over a brand, the world should change. If a champion dominates for a year, the locker room should react. If a betrayal happens, alliances should shift organically. That's evolution. That's simulation. That's what 15 years of iteration should have built. Instead, we're still talking about what universe mode could become. And that's the part that hits the hardest. After 15 years, we shouldn't be asking for potential. We should be experiencing it. So, what's the solution, you ask? Well, it's not another mode. It's not another cinematic story. It's not another isolated experience that resets when you back out to the menu. The solution is integration. Universe mode should be the foundation. Everything else should feed into it. MyRise stories, they should not disappear when the credits roll. They should spill into your universe. Factions formed in one mode should exist in another. Brand invasions shouldn't be scripted moments. They should be dynamic possibilities. Contracts should matter. Power rankings should matter. Dominant champions should change the locker room culture. Authority figures should react. Alliances should shift without you forcing them to. If universe mode is supposed to be a living world, then it needs systems that breathe on their own, not five shallow systems competing for attention. One deep ecosystem, one evolving simulation, one connected universe. Because 15 years is enough time to move past templates, enough time to move past checklists, enough time to stop promising evolution and finally deliver it. If you're going to call it a universe, then let it live like one.